Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at Callahan's, gonna get that downpipe length issue sorted out. I did ask them, I talked to them, they're just trying to get ready and I'm here before they open. So I got this reducer. I do still want to incorporate this just in case if I do ever have to take out the downpipe or anything else, it'll come out in a few different sections rather than just one. Overall, so far with the with the weight reduction, yeah, car's been driving great. No check engine light. That waxy smell is gone from it overheating, and yeah, all seems to be going pretty well. I know at these colder temperatures, that's really going to affect your miles per gallon, but even today, yeah, 37, that's 40 out, so not terrible. So I'll join you guys once this car is up on the hoist, and I'll kind of show you the length issue, and we'll reach out to MPA and or MPD, and see what their resolution will be. Wow, I can't believe how quiet that is after they welded that tail muffler straight through. Because before, with that downpipe just dumping, that was crazy. But yeah, $200, not bad. Thanks, Callahan's. Catch you guys later. So I'll try to get you guys one or two sound clips with that finished, but it's actually a lot quieter than I was expecting. So that's, I don't know if that's a good thing, but I was hoping it'd make a little more noise. I mean, it's definitely making more noise. Let's get a little sound check. It's about 35 degrees out, and let's try a cold start. To cross over my first tank in the Passat over 600 miles, so fuel light's not even on yet. We're at 599.7. So it's been basically 600 miles since this car was deleted, and it's been running so much smoother. It's not obviously trying to do a regen every time you drive it, and that waxy burning smell is gone from, again, that DPF, doing that regen all the time. And the fans no longer run after you get out of the car. Like when you get out of the car, you turn it off, it's just done. So overall, I'm pretty pleased so far. I'd be curious to see what happens with the next tank, as I did drive this thing with an open downpipe for a little while, and it made really good sounds, so I ended up driving it a lot more aggressively than I normally do. So we'll see, you know, what tank number 2 kind of looks like, and hopefully, you know, we'll continue to see improvements. But with my driving style, and I'm pretty much a mix of city and 2-lane road for the most part. So hopefully we will crack that 700 mark at some point. But before that'll probably happen, I need to do these control arms, as some of those bushings are kind of going out, and this thing needs an alignment. So adding those things to the list, knocking them off one at a time. Howdy y'all, it's another week. It's another tank over 600 miles. So this one I kind of ran into the fuel reserve a little bit. So we're just filling up now here at the Croge, and let's kind of see what kind of mileage we got out of this tank. So car definitely feels better after the weight reduction in tune, and weather really is starting to turn here in Michigan, which is definitely affecting it. But overall, this thing is cruising. .7, and you can see this thing is just trashed. I really have to wash it soon. So let's get in the car and do some quick maths. So with our 631 divided by 14.7, that gives us 42.9 miles per gallon. So that's a tank calibration, or calculation, excuse me, rather than the actual car's dash numbers. So they do seem to be pretty close, but with the Volkswagen,
at the light, turn right onto 26 Mile Road.
With the Volkswagen, it likes to reset your average every time you get in the car. So just today so far, it's been kind of cold. I made a bunch of stops, let the car idle. So we're at a, wow, I keep hitting all the buttons, 35.3. Hopefully I get to those control arms pretty soon. I know life has been kind of busy, so I haven't been able to do much to this thing. But let's do a pull in sport mode onto the highway. So we're gonna go to a complete stop. Pop that thing in sport. And here we go.
Onto 18 Mile Road.
So that was probably 75% throttle there. Definitely feels a lot more alive than what it did before, even with just the stage 0.5 tune. Alright friends, we are back at it. So today we're going to do a oil change, as it is mid-November here in Michigan. I always recommend doing an oil change before winter, just to make sure you got all your additives in there, and just kind of make things a little smoother on the cold starts. So I think their oil level hasn't dropped in the last like 5,000 to 7,000 miles. I do have plans eventually to add a metering valve bypass, just in case if the CP4 does decide to kick the bucket, it won't destroy my injectors or the rest of the fuel system. using a 1 1/4 inch socket onto that oil filter, and we're just going to break that loose. So we're going to take this out, put that new one in, drain the oil, fill it with oil. All right, so we got our fresh filter ready. If you look at the old one, this was replaced when the oil cooler was replaced. So yeah, this one looks fine. I don't see any evidence of metal or any alarming signs in here, so that's a win. It'll be interesting to see if the oil remains cleaner after the weight reduction in the tune versus before. Because now, without it throwing the exhaust gases back in, I would actually expect it to clear up a little bit. So something I also never understood is why they would put all these hoses in such a way where you can't get the oil filter out without making a mess. I just don't understand that. Sweet, just like that. All right, let's get this old oil out and let's fill her with today's flavor of the day, Kirkland Signature 530. All right, hey guys. So, oof, it just fell on me. Oh, geez, a lot of dirt. So here with our 19, I'm gonna crack this bolt loose and then put the pan underneath it. See, I got a little oil going on down here. That's actually from my rear valve cover gasket. So it's leaking a little bit. Again, not enough to really bother me, so we're just gonna let it be at this time. Anyways, for those of you that watch my last video, there's what my exhaust looks like now. That's straight all the way back with the reducer. Yeah, it's been sounding good, driving good, all is well. So just gonna keep her moving. So I'm gonna crack this loose and put the drain pan under it and hopefully catch all this oil. All right, so we're all loaded up. We're gonna give it a start now. Check that oil level, and then check the ambition level to see, do I really want to do control arms or brakes today? I mean, car sounds good. And we're about halfway up, so I'm gonna add just a little more to it. All right, next on the list, I bought a set of A5 wheels with tires. These are in much better shape than my wheels and tires. So these are a pretty good deal. I got to grab the other two out of the Avalanche, which we'll talk about later. So I'm gonna swap these things over. Hopefully these things don't need a balance or anything, but definitely should help out. Well, here we go with the Audi wheels. I mean, this definitely looks a little more sporty, a little more aggressive. I'm gonna see if anybody has some Audi to Volkswagen center cap things. So I know with these popped out, you theoretically could put a slightly larger center cap in there. So the Volkswagen ones, they kind of sit in there, but they also kind of move around. Again, not the greatest of concerns, but yeah, it definitely looks a lot better with these wheels. So I am very happy.